Welcome back to the Realistic Cattle Ranch Challenge on Sunshine Forest. I'm BP, and it's time to get to work. We are in November, guys. I am getting the last bit of the cow feed put into our birthing barn. We have a good mix of TMR in here, about 80,000 liters, which is nice. Got it topped off overnight. I got several other projects done this morning. I got manure spread on our grass fields. Both of our wheat fields were sprayed with herbicide for the weeds. The rest of the animals were fed and shifted and straw blown and everything else. So we are in good shape here in November. So just want to get these guys topped off and ready to go. They're burning through 40 to 60,000 liters a day. We're going to be losing animals out of here as they become eligible to get pregnant again, so the feed will go down, which was the whole goal of shifting how we manage the barns, because the TMR is obviously the most labor intensive and probably the most involved and expensive food that we have. So having more animals in the breeding barn on hay over here is going to be the better option. So, couple of things to do today. I have a couple of very interesting updates on the Realistic Livestock mod. I do want to just get over here and get some cattle pulled in. We got some bulls that need to be sold because they're not going to go to the breeding pen, and they're worth between $2,000 and $3,000. So we've gotten them where they need to be. But the updates on the Realistic Livestock mod, two important things I discovered overnight. First and foremost, the animals that we were moving out of the birthing barn after they gave birth, when it said there was no suitable male, so they had gone through recovery, they were ready to be bred again, we were putting in that open pasture. Those animals were still producing milk. So we were losing milk because that open pasture did not have milk. So in our new setup, when we move them from the birthing barn over to the breeding barn, which has milk, we're getting milk out of those animals, guys. It's not a ton. It's 1,000 liters a month or so, 100 liters of buffalo milk, but we were losing milk by putting them into the pasture. So even though the cow says it is ready to go back into a breeding pen, there's no suitable male, the calf has been weaned, all that kind of stuff, it's still producing milk. So that is the first critical piece of information that I figured out the other night. So just looking at these animals real quick, anyone that doesn't have two extremely highs and is worth, $2,800 to $3,000, or $2,000 to $3,000 is going to be pretty much sold. So that would be, let's see, any of these guys have more than two extremely highs? No, none of these guys. That one has two, but we have a couple of brown Swiss already. So the other thing that I determined, and we had some, if you watch some of the older episodes or the earlier episodes and some other ones, every once in a while there's an animal that says no suitable animal for breeding, even though it's in a pen with animals. And I finally figured this out with the chickens. It looks like the Realistic Livestock mod has like an anti-incest setting. So the child of our rooster, in this case a chicken, a hen, would not breed with the same rooster. It just was ineligible to breed. So I actually bought a couple of extra roosters. So that's a really interesting parameter for the mod, and best practice, for sure, what should be going on. But now it sort of turns our gameplay around in the fact that, we probably should be rotating bulls every 12 months. We probably should put them in there, and realistically, with a cow gestation being 10 months and then it taking, is it 12 months before the cow is ready, a calf becomes a cow that can be bred. We really have 22 months. But the point is, we should be cycling all of our bulls every 12 to 20 months to make sure we have fresh breeding stock in there. So, you know, our discussion last episode about whether we're going to keep buying animals or not, and I did say, you know, bulls might be the exception. It looks like they will be, because we're going to need to bring fresh genetics to the ranch on a regular basis. So we will be keeping an eye out for good-looking bulls. You know, we'll probably just make it like a January rotation. We'll just start pulling bulls out in January and replacing them. And obviously, if we have bulls in our bullpen that are ready to go, we'll switch those over, and that won't cost us anything. But if we find ourselves short, we may be at the animal dealer looking to pick up some animals. There were 2 items in the sale this morning that I wanted to grab, so I didn't forget. The first is that case header that goes on our New Holland harvester. And then the rock picker came up for $18,000, so we can get the rocks picked out of our fields, which will be a nice addition to stop wearing on our equipment so much. Now, let's get these guys sold. Don't really have any intention of buying any animals today. Just don't want to continue feeding these animals if we don't have to. Just doesn't make sense to keep them around. You know, they certainly may get a little bit more value, but it's just costing us food. So there's really no point in doing that. So select all, sell selected, $21,476. That is great. The only other item in the sale that is still calling my name, guys, is the JCB. This would be just a tremendous tractor for what we're looking to do on the ranch. That would probably be the last tractor we'd ever need as far as horsepower. We would not need more than the 348 that it has. And this one, I looked at it overnight, already has the upgraded engine for free, which usually is like either $10,000 or $20,000 upgrade. So it has the big motor in it to begin with. I love the sort of patina, beat up, rusty look to it. Very, very cool. Would fit on our farm. It is still $123,000. So we are not close to being able to purchase that yet, but I'm hoping selling some bulls, maybe we'll sell some cheese early and get that stuff back. So I'm gonna head back to the ranch. I'll see you guys there. That is the livestock trailer parked up. We're gonna leave it attached. We'll leave it detached. We'll drop the tailgate that way. If we want to attach it, we can. I'm gonna run back up to the store and grab our equipment. So I'll probably check in with you guys when I get back here, and we might just head right into December. Not a lot to do this time of year on the ranch. We got to do our feeding routine every day. But besides that, we're just keeping the animals happy and healthy while we get to next season. Our grass is not going to grow very much. Our wheat will do its thing over winter. But we will just be sort of sitting and waiting until the weather breaks. So I'll check back in with you guys when we're coming back from the store with our new equipment. And otherwise, I will probably just progress on to December. See you guys in a minute. Guys, we are making a habit of bringing back a lot of stuff on a small trailer. And the 650 is not a small truck, but certainly I think we've reached a load capacity here. So let's see about getting everything off loaded. So let's see. First order of business is going to be to drop the straps on the trailer and disconnect, because we're going to need to be able to pull the stone picker off the trailer. Then I think we swing the stone picker around over here and disconnect the straps. Let's turn off the truck. Now, I'm hoping that the shop put the header on the trailer close enough to the edge that our harvester can just pick it off. That's the... As I hit the calf hut here, guys. New driver, sorry. Big equipment, not used to it. Used to small stuff on the yard. Let's see. Did we get it close enough to the edge to be able to snag it off the trailer? We did. All right, well, the color combination may not be perfect, but it is a good-looking setup. regardless. Now, where are we going to keep this header? There is just nowhere that we have right now that is going to be a great location. Let's see. Can we sneak through? Can we put it on the far side? I don't even think I want to put it on the far side. All of our fields are over here. I'm thinking maybe, can we squeeze through here? Get up over the trailer. Nice. Can we tuck it in along the fence here? I don't really want to leave it out in the weather, but we don't really have a building that will handle this size item. But I think for right now, it's going to live right over here. Okay. So the header is off and in position for harvesting next season. I'm excited to harvest with our new, bigger, wider, faster, all-around better harvester. And let's go ahead and get the New Holland parked back in the shed for the winter. There we are. And now getting the stone picker off, which, quite honestly, I'm not even sure I looked at the horsepower needed for that. I don't know how much horsepower you need to run that stone picker. We might not have enough. We'll have to check and see. Can we get a strap or a hitch close enough to grab that and just pull it off the back of the trailer? It looks like we can. Doing a little bit of a wheel stand there. Well, let's just check our garage. Let's check the stats on this thing real quick. What kind of horsepower do we need? We need 170. So, guys, we are good to go on the stone picker. Not bad at all. Let's get this over by the rest of the equipment. I don't know if it's worth replanting the grass fields and picking up the stones or not. I don't think we can pick up the stones without plowing it. I don't think it'll pick it up on the harvested state, so we will have to wait and see. But I think, guys, let's get the Fiat put away, and then let's get the 650 out of the middle of the yard. And I think that's going to be it for November. We will pass right along into December and keep going from there. Something going on with the texture of the food here. I suspect I know what that is. We'll have to modify. I think we put a new texture mod in. And I think it's messing up the textures here, so maybe we'll pull that out between months as well. So, regardless, I will see you guys in December. See you soon. We are in December, guys. Just coming back from the BGA, dropping off our monthly load of slurry. I have the animals all taken care of, but I didn't do the shift yet because I wanted to do it with you guys just so we could see what's happening here. Because if you remember, we had one cow, Sweetie, that we were keeping an eye on in the birthing barn to see when she was done recovering from giving birth. And that happened today. So she gave birth in October, November, and now we're in December. So the animals take 2 months to recover, which means we're going to shift her back over to the breeding barn and start pulling calves out at the 2-month mark. So want to get this shift done with you guys, get the animals where they need to be, and go through it all. So here we are. Animals that are 2 months. So here's one baby that is 2 months. And here is Sweetie, who is now has no suitable male. So this is her calf here. And I think we can even see that the mother is 238-61005, and Sweetie is, we can't see her number because we renamed her. Huh. Well, that's her baby either way. So we're going to grab her. We're going to check on everyone else. Okay, so Nellie has no suitable animal. Sweetie has no suitable animal. Okay, we got a bunch of Holstein calves, 0 months, 1 month. Still pregnant. We're starting to get our numbers down in this barn, which is good. All right, so we have a Holstein bull at 0 months, 0 months, 1 month. All right, Angus, 0 month. I think we had 13 calves today, guys. A lot of baby animals on the farm. So 2 months, you're coming out. 2 months, you're coming out. 3 months, must have missed one earlier on. So we should have some Angus females that are ready to go back into the breeding pen. So Faith is, Yesterday is, Lana is, Racer is not. So we have, okay, Angus, bull, 0 months, 0 months, 1 month, 3 months. So there's one in here we missed at some point. Not a big deal. We were just figuring it all out. Okay, recovering, 90%, no suitable male. Misty is 52 months old. Misty might be going up to the sale because I think she was worth $6,000 last time I checked and is now worth less. So Hereford, 0, 2 months, 2 months. Got a couple animals in here recovering. So no suitable male, no suitable animal, and no suitable animal. So we are on the right time shift. 1 month, 2 month. Should be at least one in here looking for a male. Yep. Okay. And the bull, 0, 0, 0. So move selected. That's 20 animals, guys, and we had 13 babies today. It is getting to be a cattle ranch, whether we like it or not. So the females will go in here. And, oh, I keep thinking word. That's the old barn. The new barn, animal menus down here. So we'll run down here, jump into here, and grab all of our adult females. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Move selected. Then we can look in here, and none of these animals should be at 90% yet. 40. Yeah, so 40 is the most that we have. So we are still 5 months away. Perfect. That is good news. That's what we're looking for. So let's get these calves put into huts now that they're weaned. We should always check our animals and make sure we don't have any grown calves that need to go to Teen Town. Okay, this one has all 3 of these animals are ready to move. Great. And then we'll grab 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 animals to move into the calf hut. Great. Trying to use just these front 4 as much as possible. 1 animal that is ready to move. We can move 2 in. So we'll go 1, 2. I'm glad that we're at the stage where we're weaning the animals. Oh, I got one in here that's not supposed to be in here. What happened here, guys? This limousine's not supposed to be here. Welcome back, guys. I did have to cut out the rest of the animal shift. I had a problem with my mic. But all the animals got shifted, and we picked up our 3 bulls that are of age and of value, and are running them up to the animal dealer to get them sold. They were not high enough quality to replace the bulls we already have, so we're going to sell them. I did also take a look, and we've got a couple of cows that are getting up in age in the 48 to 51 month range. I think we're going to start making a habit of when an animal leaves the birthing barn, a cow, an adult female, we're probably going to start selling them somewhere between 40 and 50 months, because that seems their value seems to peak right around 36 to 38 months. We don't want to lose any breeding potential from them, but we also don't want them to either not get pregnant because their probability gets lower, or die of old age or illness, and then we don't get any money for them as well, so we can keep going. So we'll start working through that process when we get there, but we'll just be starting to cycle our herd a little bit. So get all these guys selected, sell selected for 7,900 bucks. We are getting close. I'm going to run back down to the farm, grab the 600, and come back up here with some cheese to sell, because, guys, we have the JCB is at the very last part of the sale. The shop called and said there's someone else interested in it, and they may buy it if we don't come pick it up here pretty soon. So don't want to miss the JCB. I think that is the tractor we need on the farm or on the ranch to go to the next level. It's got 348 horsepower. Is a nice, big, powerful, fast tractor. And at I think it's $134,000, it is a great, great deal. So I'll meet you guys back up at the shop with a load of cheese. There's also some other interesting things at the shop. We may see if we can swing a couple of trades and maybe end up with some new other equipment besides the JCB. But we'll figure that out when we get up there and see how much money we have. See you guys back at the shop. We are pulling back up to the shop, guys. We have 3,000 liters of buffalo mozzarella and 13,000 liters of cheese. So hopefully we're going to make some money here. After we get this stuff sold, I'm going to go into the shop, talk to the guys. We're definitely picking up the JCB. I'm confident in that. The question is, there are a couple other items that I'm not sure how the cost is going to break down. Depends on what I can sell some of our equipment for. Depends what, you know, each piece sort of comes into play. Maybe we'll get a bit of a package deal from them if we buy a couple of things. Just have to go in and see what we can swing. So $156,000 after selling our cheese. Definitely enough for the JCB. I will go into the shop here and chat with these guys and just see what we want to work out, and I'll catch up with you guys afterwards. Well, guys, I was able to strike a deal. We traded in the 650. We traded in the bumper pull flat deck trailer. We got a TLX Phoenix truck. We got the JCB. We got a step deck trailer, and we traded in our old feed mixer for another used one for another 10 grand in the bank. And we made out like bandits, guys. We have just a ton of big equipment now. We are getting ready for the next stage of the cattle ranch. We're going to get this stuff back to the farm, get it all unloaded, and probably call it an episode. But I am so excited to have all this equipment. We finally have a big tractor. We're always looking to trade in and trade up as far as value goes on our used equipment, so the feed mixer was just an easy no-brainer. And this semi-truck with this big step deck trailer is not only going to be great for our productions like our cheese and our mozzarella, but also for hauling bales, getting bigger equipment back to the farm. And I suspect long-term we will probably end up getting a better or bigger cattle hauling trailer as well. So that is a sharp looking setup, guys. I am so excited to have this stuff. So didn't dislike the 650. It was necessary when our little international wasn't keeping up with the loads anymore. But it was not quite a big enough step up for what we needed long term. Even bringing the cheese and stuff up there, the trailer was dragging. And as you guys saw, we a couple times tried to bring some stuff back, and we certainly got the international on the flat deck of the 650 and brought it back on the trailer. But we were really filling our capacity up, and with the bigger harvester and the bigger equipment. It's just time to have something bigger on the ranch. So I'm so excited to have a full-size truck, this huge step deck trailer, and a nice JCB to add to our farm implement collection. So here we are back at the ranch. I'm going to pull in to the main yard. This truck sounds so good. Gonna get pulled in here, and we'll go ahead and get stuff unloaded, and we will call it an episode there. So let's go ahead and get the ramps unfolded. We'll get the straps off, turn off the Phoenix. Nice sounding truck. I got one of the reasons I love this truck is that I liked it in the sale was it had these big beefy Continental tires on it for what we're doing here, driving on gravel roads. Heavy loads, want to have lots of extra rubber between us and the road. Ooh, let's not drop that off the side there, guys. Okay, I think we grab a quick mix, or a quick load with our mixer truck. Get that parked in the barn and make sure the cows don't need any more feed. They should be good. Got to get all the way underneath it, I guess. Man. Not used to the size of the new mixer truck, apparently. The old one filled right up every time. There we are. Go ahead and get that topped off. Loving the new TMR mixer, too. Just making life so much easier. Cutting out, you know, lots of time with the morning feedings. Swing this one in here. There we are. Make sure they're all topped off. They shouldn't need a lot. Yep, just a little bit. That'll be ready for the morning. And then the JCB guys, time to share the work with the Fiat. We don't have to have just one tractor doing all the work. See if we can't get this guy down nice and easy without hitting too much. And right down the ramps. This is a big tractor for our little ranch, guys. This thing is absolutely huge. But we got our JCB, we got our New Holland harvester, we got our new truck. We are in good shape. So I'm excited, guys. We'll put all this equipment to use in the next episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more videos. And we'll see you in the next one.